Anxious lialage, liale, whatever.
Always makes me laugh when men in my comment section say, well, if you don't settle down, you're gonna be old and childless and you're gonna be an old cat lady. Listen, brother, I just got back from an 18-kilometer run. I am 1 month out from my ultra marathon.
Nobody cares. The amount of ego, right? And you can see the masculinity is just rampant here. It's absolutely rampant. A comment is such a light thing. Like, it's so easy to write a comment. I mean, people troll in the comments all the time. It's not meaningful, really, most of the time, at least not on TikTok. On YouTube, it's obviously better. But, think about the self importance to care so much about something so non important. Your 18-kilometer run does not matter to anybody.
Freshly shaven legs, moisturized. I am now wearing a dress. I'm going to take myself out for dinner and I'm going to get a juicy steak. And the house is clean. Everything is clean. And when I get back from my dinner, I am going to do a full skincare routine. And then I'm going to crawl into bed with my freshly shaven legs. And it's going to feel so nice against my sheets. I'm going to light a candle. I'm going to hang out with my pet rabbit. And then I'm going to go to bed early. And I'm going to get 8 to 10 hours of sleep, and it's going to be the best. My skin is the clearest it's ever been. My cortisol levels are balanced. I have a jawline. Can't say I had that when I was in a relationship.
Of course, it's the blaming the relationship, obviously. Yeah. You knew it had to be a man's fault somewhere in here. You just know it. It's nothing to do with anything else, of course. It's purely to do with the man, right? Obviously. Anyway.
Constantly stressed out. And life is good. Life is really good. Fresh manicure. I love it here. I love it here. So I just might take the cats.
The amount of cope, too. I love it. I love it how girls will always cope to justify the decision they made, right? Well, deep down, not being that happy. We're on to the secret. Okay. We all know the truth. There is a very, very few amount of women that are totally okay to live in solidarity. I'd argue there's a very small amount of people in general that are capable of living in solidarity. Men in general are more capable of living in solidarity than women are, but let's just be honest about it. These days, most men are feminine and can't imagine a world where they don't have a relationship. So obviously somebody's lying. The disproportionate amount of women that are coming online and pretending that they're happy one day after a breakup, it doesn't line up. Okay, so there's got to be some percentage of these women that are coping. I'd argue probably a massive percentage, but there's no way to technically prove that, right? But as I'm saying, when you look at the big picture of things, it does not make sense. You look at the survey data, obviously women get the most satisfaction from relationships, children, whatever it may be. But then somehow you have this ocean of women online just after they left a relationship that didn't suit their narrative, of course. And now all of a sudden they are much happier by themselves. They're so happy, in fact, that they have to convince the world online of this so called happiness. As you can see by her facial expression and demeanor, you don't seem too happy, lady. I'll be honest. But you can keep coping if you want. It's not going to make a difference. We're not going to believe you, anyways. The sad part is, we're not going to keep tabs on you. So we're not going to sit here and wait for you to inevitably change your mind after whatever, 2 months, 1 month, and have another guy in your life, and you're also not going to admit that online because it makes you look unflattering. So yeah, there's probably already another guy in the picture that you're messaging or talking to, but you're not going to talk about it because it doesn't count, because you're not in a relationship with him, so it doesn't count. At some point, you learn to just see right through this garbage, and none of it's real. Unfortunately, of course, there's going to be a bunch of girls in her comments. They're going to say, yeah, you slay queen or whatever, because they're in the exact same position as she is, and they're trying to encourage bad behavior instead of maybe saying, hey, time to get over it. If you like this video, like and subscribe. If you want to see more of my private content, don't forget to check the link in the description below.